Hi everybody, this is Priscilla Hall, and this is the second video in the little blog series about, my new shoes. And I've had so many thoughts rushing through my mind. I've had all these amazing awarenesses and everything else, and I'm sitting down at my video computer, blah blah blah, and I've got a complete blank. So I'm going to post this. It's only going to be a couple of seconds long, but I just really wanted to check in and say that this is, it's a really interesting journey. It's a very intense journey, astrologically and energetically. We're all feeling a lot of shifts and changes. Well, what I've also noticed as well, I guess, is that having chosen to create a level platform from which to base myself from, which is all the point about the hips and the psychosomatics of this. It's about getting real about what it is I want to create. And I've also got the awareness, oh, here we come, it's starting to quietly drop in. It's starting to show to me, like stories, how it all happened in the first place. My left leg being shorter than my right leg stopped growing when I was about 16, and if I look back at that time in my life, my mother was going through some challenging times with the marriage with my dad, and I felt the pressure because she was talking to me as a young adult, but I didn't have the emotional capacity to cope because I didn't understand truly. I thought I did, but you don't. You really don't, and it's no one's fault. It's just the way my mum was reaching out to me because we lived in a town where she didn't really have any close friends. And so the pressure landed on me, and there's a part of me that started to feel like I was supposed to be grown up, but I didn't actually have the feminine support from my mother that I needed, wanted, all the rest of it as we're growing up. So I can kind of start to see just how is a powerful experience to realise after all this time that I'm the one that has to create my own foundation now, because there's a part of me that wasn't given that when I was younger, and now as an adult I'm the one who has to step up and take ownership of that. Hence the recognition of the shoe inserts over the years. When I finally went to a podiatrist who said, oh, let's get your leg measured by an MRI, which was quite profound. And ironically, which part of me kind of gets a bit cranky about when I look back at this, is I'd been to see orthopaedic surgeons about scoliosis, I'd been to see chiropractors, I'd been to see what are they? I've got a mental block, but anyway, they're body workers, and not one of them saw my legs out of alignment, which was screamingly obvious on the table, and said, "There's an anomaly here. Let's look into it." And they were just like, I'm talking about back pain, and they would do the body work, and it would go from there. And an osteopath, that's the one. Ding! So I look back at that, and there's a part of me that gets cranky because I spent thousands going to see these people over the years, and it took until even the osteopath I was seeing didn't talk to me about the difference of my ankles when I'm lying on the table and how my foot would naturally be, my left foot would naturally be shorter than the right foot on the table, because that's when our hips naturally align. And so that was a fascinating experience. And as I mentioned as well, once I actually got the shoe insert and I actually made an effort to try and balance my hips, my corporate world, my corporate job I had, started to pay me a lot better. I didn't even apply for more jobs for more money. I was just, what's the word? I was promoted, or I was given different roles that paid me more money, or I was given pay rises that were quite significant. So it was really interesting to see how prior to that there was this energy flow out of the hips, which is our foundation of survival, and money, which is the sacral area and the base chakra. And once it was balanced, there was a big shift in my money. Not that I was very good at saving, because I've been terrible at it over the years, and that was a big learning. Okay, so that's I think that's enough for today. And I've also been at the Mind Body Spirit Festival here in Brisbane in Australia, and it's been incredibly intense. And so standing on my feet all day yesterday has been quite a powerful experience, because it's put a lot of pressure back onto the hips. And so I'm now witnessing the shifts in my body, and lots of emotional stuff started to come up yesterday, where I've had a lot of pain in my feet since last September in 2016. And I haven't actually been able to walk on my feet when I first get up in the morning, which has been excruciating. And for the first time in the last 6 months, the shift has come where I get out of bed and I don't have to fear the pain in the soles of my feet. And last night I was sharing with my flatmate, what's been happening during the day yesterday, because it was quite an intense, powerful day. And I had a moment of total awareness that the path I've been treading, which is related to my hips and related to my relationships, I've been in pain, and it's been painful to walk this path in the last 6 months. And that's another story in there, which I'll probably get around to sharing at some point. But it's been a huge issue and a double whammy, and I'm slowly coming back to me and recognising what I can do to look after myself. And this is a part of the sovereignty journey as well. It's all interlinked. It's all interlinked. Okay, really at 6 minutes, I'm going to go. Bye. Next time.